Hi, my name is Sheryl Stedman with Keep Your Eyes Focused on Jesus. Hashtag KYEFOJ. Get your wristbands. We're reading from Jesus Calling today, December the 17th. Come to me with your gaping emptiness, knowing that in me you are complete. As you rest quietly in my presence, my light within you grows brighter and brighter. Facing the emptiness inside you is simply the prelude to being filled with my fullness. Therefore, rejoice on those days when you drag yourself out of bed feeling sluggish and inadequate. Tell yourself that this is a perfect day to depend on me in childlike trust. If you persevere in this dependence as you go through the day, you will discover at bedtime that joy and peace have become your companions. You may not realize at what point they joined you on your journey, but you will feel the beneficial effects of their presence. The perfect end to such a day is a doxology of gratitude. I am He from whom all blessings flow. We're talking about benefits again. Joy and peace. Joy and peace. Joy and peace. Joy and peace. What do those words really mean to you? Can you explain them in your own words what they mean? Joy for me means an inward happiness, an inward just explosion of good things, thinking good things, not dwelling on the past, not dwelling on things that can't be, things should have, ought have. No, joy is living in the presence of God, being connected with Him. That's joy for me. And joy could be something different for you. Peace means I'm not sweating the small stuff. He's got it handled, and I am letting it handle. I'm letting Jesus fight my battles. That gives me peace and comfort. Well, today is really going to be very interesting. I can't embellish on today's word. I'm going to let the word speak for itself. So we're talking, and we're in the Amplified translation, and we're reading Matthew 5, and we think of it as the Beatitudes. Blessed is thee. Well, we're talking about benefits now. What is the benefit of giving your heart and soul, your every breath to Jesus? What are you going to get back in return? So listen to this. This is really good. I haven't really read this translation, and this was interesting for me too. And I'm going to kind of dance around chapter 5. And I'm starting with verse 3. Blessed. That means happy, to be envied, and spiritually prosperous with life joy and satisfaction in God's favor and salvation, regardless of their outward condition. Isn't that what faith is? Regardless of our outward condition? So blessed, there's faith in there too. And there's all kinds of things in the word blessed. Anyway, so the first one is, blessed are the poor in spirit. That is, the humble who rate themselves insignificant. That's me. For theirs is the kingdom of heaven. I have the kingdom of heaven at my hand. Wow. Okay. Now the next one is, and this one, blessed, is a little different. Blessed and enviably happy, with a happiness produced by the expression of God's favor, and especially conditioned by the revelation of His matchless grace, are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. These are really nuggets that you need to go into Matthew 5, and you need to read this over and over again, because all of us who have lost loved ones, we mourn. All of us who have lost something precious in our lives, we mourn. But we are comforted. A benefit. Okay, the next one is blessed, happy, blissome, joyous, spiritually prosperous, with life, joy, and satisfaction in God's favor and salvation, regardless of their outward condition. Or the meek, that means the mild, the patient, long-suffering. Are you patient? Are you mild? Can you say sometime? Yeah, that's me. Sometime. For they shall inherit the earth. So we've gotten the poor there is the kingdom of heaven. Those that mourn will be comforted. These are benefits now. And then the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. You got to ask yourself, what does that mean? Why do I want to inherit the earth? You got to go back to Psalms 37:11 to find out. So remember, the Bible always explains itself. You go from one verse to another verse and it will explain it. Just like this explains what blessed means, and this explains what humble is, and the poor in spirit. So let's see. The next one is blessed and fortunate and happy and spiritually prosperous in that state in which the born-again child of God enjoys his favor and salvation, or those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. That, we know that righteousness is uprightness and right standing with God. See how it's explaining it in this chapter? I love that. I love that translation. For they shall be completely satisfied. Another benefit. You're totally satisfied. You're not? That's because you're not looking in the right direction. You are totally satisfied. Blessed, happy to be envied and spiritually prosperous, with life, joy, and satisfaction in God's favor and salvation, regardless of their outward conditions, are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. You want mercy? You got to be merciful. You give and you shall get. And the next one is blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Have any of these benefits been a new car, a house, more money? No. These benefits are not material, except for the one that said they shall be prosperous. Then the next one is blessed are the makers and maintainers of peace, for they shall be called the sons of God. And the next one, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sakes, for being and doing right, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. The next one is blessed. Those who people revile you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil things against you falsely on my account. So be glad and supremely joyful. There's that word joyful again. For your reward in heaven is great. Great means strong and intense. For in this same way people persecuted the prophets who were before you. So you are, now here again, he's talking about, we have benefits, and now we're going to say who you are. Number one, you're the salt of the earth. What does that mean? Look it up. You are the light of the world. Look it up. And so let your light so shine before men that they may see your moral excellence and your praiseworthy, noble and good deeds, and recognize and honor and praise and glorify your Father who is in heaven. Go back to Matthew 5, but try it from the Amplified Version and make it, see what it is. I love going to comparing all the translations. And I know I've run a little over on this one, but it's so important because we're talking about benefits. We're talking about why do I want to spend all of my time with God? Why do I want to put Him first? Here's the reason. So, going to have a great day today. Keep taking your Jesus break. And would you subscribe to my channel and share it? There are so many people out there that are needing a reason to go back to Jesus. And we have the reason. And with that, I will say bye for now. See you tomorrow.